Ottawa has announced another 51 million in aid programs for Ukraine. It's a mix of humanitarian relief through the Red Cross and UN agencies, 5 million for veteran mental health and jobs, and 6 million to help prepare for future elections, plus 5 million for the UN women's support, government reforms.
Ottawa has announced another $51 million in aid programming for Ukraine, framing the package as a mix of urgent humanitarian relief and longer-term recovery support as Russia's full-scale war grinds into its fourth year. The funding, detailed by the government in late 2025 and highlighted again this week, focuses on civilians under fire, veterans transitioning back to civilian life, and the nuts and bolts of future democratic processes. Officials say it's part of Canada's broader, multi-billion-dollar commitment since February 2022, which spans military, financial, humanitarian, and development lines. The largest share, $32 million, goes to humanitarian assistance delivered through experienced partners such as the International Red Cross, UNHCR, and the World Food Programme. Those funds are meant to cover the basics that remain under strain across frontline and displacement areas: food access, emergency shelter, protection services, and critical health support for communities that continue to absorb shelling, power disruptions, and mass displacement. It's the kind of programming that aims to keep people safe and fed even while the conflict rages, and it complements earlier Canadian humanitarian tranches announced since 2022. Another $5 million is earmarked for Ukrainian veterans' reintegration, mental health supports, including PTSD care, and pathways to employment and education. Secretary of State for International Development Randeep Sarai, who has visited Ukraine, said the initiative builds on previous Canada-Ukraine agreements to share technical expertise drawn from Canada's own experience supporting veterans after international missions. The goal is to help service members rebuild civilian lives while the war continues, rather than waiting for a post-war moment that may still be distant. The package also looks ahead to governance. $6 million will support preparations for future democratic elections, including safe voting procedures in conflict-affected regions and access for displaced Ukrainians both inside the country and abroad. An additional $5 million will go to UN Women to help Ukraine align governance and legislation with EU standards, including gender-based analysis in national laws, part of Kyiv's broader European integration track.